I want to share with you how I got into this business. How many of you would be interested to know that? Really? You're not interested? Okay, I'm going to talk to my group A again. Okay, it all started in (1996). 1996, I was working as an engineer in Motorola. Every day going to work, coming back, going to work, coming back, going to work, coming back, going to work, okay? Saturday, Sunday. Oh. So, one day, my brother Kuna came back. He came back and he said, I found the answer to all our dreams. Our dreams now can come true. So I was lying down and watching TV. And he came back excited, shouting, I found it, we're going to become rich. So I thought he struck the lottery. Okay? Then he said, no, I found a company that we can do business with so minimum capital, and we can make a lot of money. So I said, okay, what's the name of the company? He said, Amway.
Not my way.
So then my face changed. I said, I am an engineer. I cannot be seen selling shampoo. Then he said, no, it's fantastic. You know, you can make this much, so much money, and we're going to be rich. Then Kuna, when Patman came back, Kuna shared the idea with Patman, and Patman got excited. So both of them were planning holidays and what car to buy, where to travel, and I was watching TV. I was watching TV, but my ears was listening. Okay? And I was listening and listening and listening. And both of them decided, okay, we'll start. What do you think I did? Huh? I said, I am not going to allow both of you to be rich without me. So I joined. So 3 hours started selling soap. Lawyer, engineer, financial consultant selling soap. We lost a lot of friends. We lost a lot of friends. David, you don't mind, I just share.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
I'm learning something too.
We lost a lot of friends and some family. But they were retarded, so I didn't mind losing them. You have retarded people in your family? Who until today say the business won't work. I'll come back to my retarded family later. Then we started, and we attend all the functions, we attend all the trainings, and we go out day after day after day showing plans, building the network. I used to spend all my salary on the business and didn't make money at all. Because my upline was in Melbourne. Okay? Actually, my upline was in Malaysia, but both of us used to go to Melbourne. Okay? My upline was none other than Mr. Ranjit Singh. So we were selling soap together, now we're selling coins. Okay? So we used to go for functions in Melbourne, and one trip would cost me 5,000-6,000 ringgit, which is about $1,500. Okay? And we used to go. But we were 100% switched on. My biggest check I made was $75.
Needs a big hand.
And you should have, You know, you cannot imagine the feeling when you got the check. First check, $75. Okay? So, and then we started doing. And then Patman came back one day. After 3-4 years of building the soap business, Patman came back one day. I found a better way. So I'm sitting there and thinking, from M-way to better way. Okay? Then I said, okay, what is it? Then he showed me the Gold Quest plan. And he said, this is fantastic, you can make so much money. And then suddenly I had a flashback 3 years ago. The same speech. So I said, no, I'm not interested. Okay? Let me focus on my soap business and be happy. So he said, okay, I will build the business. So he bought a coin, he bought a product, and he got an account, and he started. Now, what did I do? I'm not going to allow him to be rich alone. Just to be safe, I bought an account under him. Just to be safe, in case anything happens. True or not? So, we started. And he was building. And I slowly lost interest in the other business, and I was focusing in my career. You know, working 12 to 16 hours a day in Motorola every day. I was planning to climb up the corporate ladder. But you know what's the funny thing about climbing up the corporate ladder? As you climb up the corporate ladder, there will be another ladder, people coming down and saying, don't waste your time, there's nothing up there. Okay? So I was focusing on my engineering career, okay? Working hard, got recognized and everything, moving up. Patman was building Gold Quest that time, in the beginning. So he built it. Then he used to get weekly checks. Last time there was no Quest account. Last time there was no internet. Manual submissions. Fix a bank draft and submit, okay? So he used to submit and he used to get his checks, $400, $800, $1,200, and he used to leave it on the table, on the breakfast table. So when I go to work, I'll see the check. $400, then I'll go to work, okay? After working about 3 to 4 years, I bought a car. My first car in my life, after working in Motorola for 4 years, okay? It was a Malaysian car called Proton. My car, okay? Don't make fun of my car. It was 10 years old. I couldn't afford a new one. I had to buy a used one. 10 years old. But every single day, I would wash and polish the car. Did you all not do that with your first car? Yes? That was, you know, the prized possession. Every evening after work, put the seat back, blast the radio. Correct? The only problem is whenever I start in the morning, something would fall off. It's an old car, okay? But it took me from A to B. Then, as I was doing that and growing, Patman continued building Gold Quest. And he put the check on the table without fail every week. One time I saw the check, $3,000. Okay, quite good. Quite good. Inside, wow. Okay? Then he kept on building, I kept on working. After about 6 months, he put another check. I remember the amount, $5,400. And then he decided to buy a car. So I thought, okay, he's going to buy a car. And he bought a brand new car. And he paid cash. Now, I may be not that smart, but I am not stupid. I said, I want to do Gold Quest. And you see, because of my smartness before, one site was already built. Positioning. Don't forget positioning. So I started building on the other side. Okay? And the first person I spoke to was Giri. You know Giri? Intel, who follows Dato Vijay. First person I spoke to was Giri. And Giri laughed at me. Because Giri was a lawyer. Okay? You know how long I followed up with Giri? 3.5 months. Never giving up. Because I was very close with him. We used to go clubbing and everything together those days. Okay? So every time I sit down with him, I would talk about Gold Quest. Until he reached a point where he said, if you want to come and meet me, one condition, don't talk about Gold Quest. So I sat down, I talked about everything else, then I brought in Gold Quest. Then you go like that, and they bring in Gold Quest. So then, after 3 months, I was convincing like every day. I used to go for meetings. He is not signed up yet. But for meetings, I used to drive to his house, pick him up, and come to the function. Okay? I would call him from downstairs. He would call and say, Abu, I'm not in. I would off the engine, go up to his house. He lived in a condo. Knock the door, he'll open. Oh, yo. I said, I knew you at home. I heard the TV. Come, let's go. I used to take him for the meetings. Okay? And finally, he signed up. He bought 3 coins. Okay? He bought 3 coins and we started working. Everywhere we went together. Until a point where people thought we were gay. I am not kidding. Now, if you have a relationship with your leader, to that extent, you are building a very powerful team. I'm not kidding. If people think you are gay, you're on the right track. Okay? So we used to build, go travel here, drive for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. Then we went to Singapore, one function, and Giri invited Dave. Number 1. And Dave came, and he said, are you sure this can work? And Dave was a director of F&B, director of, like a king in the hotel. F&B director is like a king in a hotel, okay? So he said, can work? Okay. I'll buy 3 coins. Wow. You know that those days, when you get 1 sign up, you open champagne bottle. You celebrate to the core. Nowadays you get 1,000 every day. 1,000. Those days 1 sign up is like, wow. Okay, so he bought 3. Excited. And in 1 week, Dave brought in 100 people. Okay? And you know how we used to submit? There was a Malaysian office. I used to carry a suitcase full of forms with bank drafts. Okay? I used to take the suitcase, put on the table in front of the NSG, count 30 forms and submit. Because 31 you flush out. Last time was daily 30 maximum, 2004. You calculate 30, submit. The remainder tomorrow. And we had 100 balance. 100 balance, we remember. So 30, submit. 30, submit. 30, submit. And cannot submit from anywhere else. Only there. And that time I was only building Malaysia, Singapore. So we used to do that. Okay? And we started earning money, started having fun, started traveling around the world. And then, boom! It reached 16,000 people in Malaysia. And one morning, we read the papers. Headlines. You know what headlines mean? That means the biggest print in the front page of the most famous newspaper in Malaysia. 16,000 fiat cheated by gold coin company. Following 1 week, everyday newspaper article. And from my network of 1, 2, 3, 4,000, went to 5 people. Okay? So me, Patman, Giri, Sharon, Dave, and Sharon, what do we do? You know, the time we were broken. Can you imagine earning 5,000 a week to 0? Huh? It's like all your dreams were just crushed, you know. So he called Dato Vijay. And Dato Vijay said, what happened? Now we have free publicity. And that statement alone, changed us here from negative to super positive. And we went out and we built again. And I guarantee you, tomorrow, George Bush stands on the United Nations stage and say, QNET is illegal. My leaders won't shake. That's what you need to do. That's how you need to build your network. This is not about signing up people, it's about building people. You know, if you go up to one of my leaders and say, what you are doing is wrong, his answer will be, then I don't want to be right. You understand? Then we decided in the year 2000 to expand internationally. Now, let me share with you some lifestyle. Okay? I went to Iceland. First time landed in Reykjavik. Okay? And my friend picked me up from the airport and went to his house. On the way to his house, we stopped in a place called the Blue Lagoon. How many of you heard of that place? How many of you been there? Okay, so if I lied, you won't know. So we went to the place and we stopped, and Blue Lagoon was a natural hot water spring. Okay? And it was snowing. Okay, so I went into the locker room, changed, and from the locker room is heated, and the lake is heated. But there's about 50 feet that you must walk past to go into the water. And remember, it's snowing, and you only wear shorts. Can you imagine the feeling? So run, and I jumped into the water. But sitting in that water, hot water, and looking around all mountains, and you can only see white color, the snow. And that moment I knew that I have arrived at a certain point in my life. Because as far as I can remember, my dream was to see snow when I was young. You know, you watch movies, you make snowman, you make snowman, all that. So after the lagoon, got into the car, and I'm driving, and I say, can you stop? By the side of the road. He said, why? I need to do one thing. I need you to follow me and have a snowball fight with me. He said, why? Because it is one of my dreams. Then we had a snowball fight, and painful, you know. Did you know it was painful? How many of you played with snow before? Painful or not? When you could now whack. We played snow, and then we built a snowman by the side of the road on the highway. And then we went back. Okay? So that was my experience. You know? And can I share with you an exercise you can do which will get you so excited in the next few months? Yes? Okay? All you have to do is you must write a list. Write a list of 101 things you really want to do before you die. Write a list of 101 things you really want to do before you die. Now, your list must be Pinpoint exactly what you want. I want financial freedom. That's not considered on your list. You understand? Because what is financial freedom? You cannot quantify. Correct? So, one of the things on my list was I want to go up the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower in Paris. Okay? Now, this list has magical powers. Okay? Because I wrote the list long time ago, about 4 or 5 years ago. And when I went to Brazil this time, I came back to Malaysia via Paris. And I forgot about the list. Okay? I wrote the list 4 years ago. I forgot about the list. So I came back to Paris. And I was supposed to get a connecting flight back to Malaysia after 2 hours. But the connecting flight had technical problems. And I could only leave Paris the next morning. And they put me up in a hotel in Paris. I checked in the hotel and opened my window, and what do I see? Eiffel Tower. And I went up the Eiffel Tower. You understand? If Eiffel Tower was not on my list, that plane would not have had technical problems. You understand? So it is a powerful list. And there's so many things on my list which I haven't accomplished yet, but I will. Can you believe I have not seen Taj Mahal yet? Huh? Let's do a Revicon in Agra. Okay? And then I want to go and climb the Great Wall of China. And this is my top priority. I want to go to Egypt. Because I want to take a photo of the pyramid and carry the photo with me. When I show a plan and they say this looks like a pyramid, I take out the photo. Moron, this is a pyramid. Understand? I tell you, that's what the first thing I want to do. Okay? How many of you have a Nokia communicator? Okay? How many of you have a camera phone? Okay. Every time somebody rejects you, take their photo and put it as your screensaver. Before showing another plan, you see his photo. And you said, I will prove you wrong. Because revenge is the best success and the best motivator. Okay? I forgot to tell you about my retarded family. When I resigned my job, okay, with the blessings of Dato, my mom, my brothers, I resigned my job and went into QNET full time. All my uncles and aunties panic. They panic and say, why on earth would you allow your son to give up such a good job and do this coin business? You know, who would give girls for him to marry now? You know, the arranged marriage thing, the proposal comes in. You still got that happening, right? So, you know, if the bride's family asks, what does your son work as? Oh, he sells coins. How? You know? No, it's not unemployed. It's unemployable. Unemployable. You see, what I do in my free time, I rarely have free time anymore. When I have free time, I apply for a job. I'm not kidding. So much fun. I tell you, you go back, you must try this. Huh? Arun, you must try this, Arun. Go and apply for a job. Any job lah. Okay? In a multinational company, any job. And then sit down. And then he will look at your resume. Expected salary, $100,000. He said, I think you have made a mistake. I said, why? Because expected salary, you put $100,000. Nobody can make this much money. Let me show you. Good not? So fun, is it? You can do so many fun things. You know? And now, remember my retarded family? So they were saying, why you let your son resign now? What's going to happen? No. The company will shut down. You will lose everything. This. And they keep doing the same thing. You know? But after some time, after 1, 3, 4 years, the same people will call and said, do you think it's possible for you to give us a loan of $10,000? Same people who said it was a big mistake joining the company, I'm telling you, they will all come back. Okay? So, me, Kuna, Chief, Mr. Kuna, my mom, very close, okay? Because I grew up without a father. My father passed away when I was 5 years old, long time ago, okay? So my mother brought us up. She's sitting at the back. Can you all give her a round of applause? Can you stand up, man? There, on the screen. "42 years old. Okay? So, we used to go for family functions. Okay? Family functions. And weddings and all that, family gathering, we go. And as we walk in, everybody will start moving to the corner. And they will whisper, see, the one the coin family. Yeah, if you don't have people like this in your life, you cannot be successful in QNET. You know, you must have somebody like this in your family, in your life. Only then you can become successful. Okay? So, that's what we did. And it's so much fun building the business in QNET. Okay? So you have to make a decision today that no matter what happens, you must press on. Because it will happen. The universe cannot avoid somebody who is pressing on every day. Cannot. I just want to leave you with this quote, which you need to remember every day while pressing on. Okay? Did I get married? No. I have the same problem as my brother. I got married to QNET. I got married to the V, sorry. Okay? I got married to the V. I'm trying to find a wife. Anyone? You have any downlines you think minimum must be earning 10,000 and above? Okay, so marriage is the last thing on my mind now. I have so many lives to save. So, what was I saying? One quote that I want to leave you with, okay, which you have to remember every day when you're pressing on. If you can see the invisible, you can achieve the impossible. Okay? And finally, you need to be mad. MAD stands for making a difference. Okay? You need to learn to make a difference every day in your life. You cannot be the same anymore. From today onwards, it's a brand new day. Just remember, here I am, this is me, there's nowhere else on earth I'd rather be. Okay? I'll give you David Sharma. His story is more amazing than mine. Thank you very much.